page 2 is complete and we're ready for page 3. So I'll show you page 2 first, decorated. So you've got the pocket here, but what I also done is matted this to make it look like there's a pocket there as well, even though there isn't. Okay, flaps open, pocket in the centre. Of course, you've got your pocket here, and then this flaps this way. Pocket. I did seal the edges up here and here. Belly band. And then this side mirrors this side. Pocket, and plain in the middle. I decided not to put a pocket in the middle. Okay, so that's page 2. This was page 1. So I've put my tape on the top and the bottom. I'm not going to take off the one on page 2, but I am going to take off this bit for page 1. Let's get some glue on there. Broken my glue, so it's coming out at the side. That's okay. Okay, so now I want to put page 1 and page 2 together. Just on that one side. That's moving, make sure that's okay. Right, I think what I'm going to do is grab a couple of pegs, pop those on there, and then leave that for a bit. Now, I have also this is page 7, so this is going to be the opposite here. So I've cut all this ready so I don't have to panic, and basically where the music note paper is, I'm going to, on this one, I'm going to use the green, and where the green is on this one, I'll use the music paper. And the tartan is all the same. You'll notice that the tartan is kind of what I'm using throughout the album. So, and I've got to stop saying so all the time, it's getting annoying for me. Next, page 3, and as you can see, I've already cut out ready page 8. So, page 3. You want a piece of scrap, and it has to be 8 3/4 long. And this one is 1 1/4 wide. Next, you want a piece that's 8 3/4, and this is scored at 1/2 inch each side by, this is 3 7/8. This one is 6 by 8 3/4, scored each end at 1/2 inch. It's scored at 1/2 inch and 8 1/4. This one is 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. Once again, scored at 1/4 inch, at 1/2 inch and 8 1/4 inch. one piece that is 7 3/4 by 6, and then the base page. Now this is a full A4 sheet, so it's 11 5/8 of an inch by 8 1/4. On the 8 1/4 inch side, score it at 1/2 inch. Put that 1/2 inch at the top, and then score it at 1/2 inch, 7 1/2 inches, and 7 3/4 of an inch. So let's start with the base page. First thing I'm going to do is take my scissors, and on this first 1/2 inch score line, I'm going to cut down to the 1/2 inch score line, and then on the next score line, so I've got 2 score lines here, so on the 7 1/2 inch score line, I'm going to cut down to that 1/2 inch there. Now I want to cut off this tab and this tiny tab here. So I'm left with this tab at the top, which is how, obviously, being our base page, that is what will make our pocket. So I want to take off that little tab and this tab here. Okay, so that little one there, and this one here. So this is what I'm left with. Now let's get these score lines burnished. This one goes back. And remember, you'll need to cut out exactly the same for the page 8. So there, I've got a flap here and a larger flap with a gusset, and obviously my pocket flap there, to join this onto page 4. Okay, now then, what did I do? I'm going to take my 7, was it 7? No, it was 6, wasn't it? My 6 by 7 3/4, and I want to attach this onto the flap on this side, onto the small flap. So I'm going to put some tape on. And I want to mitre the edges. Release the tape backing. Add my glue. And then line this up with the base page so it's nice and straight. Okay, Next, I'm going to take the one which is 6 inches by 8 3/4, and as you can see, I'm going to have a decorative edge on this, which I've already cut. So let's get some tape onto the edges. And the reason the number is here is so that I know which decorative edge piece I cut for this piece, and the arrow is to show which way it goes. The papers I'm using for this page are all directional, which has made it slightly more difficult, so bear that in mind when you're getting ready. Mark to these edges. And pop on a thin piece of tape at the bottom, because nobody likes everything falling out at their bottom. So I can see a little bit of the paper tape I used to when I cut my decorative edge, when I use it to hold down the papers together. When I cut my decorative edges, all I do, because I want it to be the same throughout the album, this is 1.5 inches. I line it up against the edge of the paper, the very edge. I then pop my cutter on, run it through the machine, and then when this is glued on, I just pull it down slightly, and then I'll have the decorative edge, the decorative strip, which are all 1/2 inch of the tartan, and then whatever other pattern I decide to use. That's just the easiest way, I think, to make a decorative edge, and it does save paper in the long run. So take backing off, glue on, okay, so this is the flap I've just put on, and it's opens up this way, and I'm going to lay this on here with the open end of the pocket towards the outer edge, so towards where you've joined it. That leaves us with a pocket this way. Now then, for this smaller flap with the gusset, I'm going to place on this piece, which was that was 3 7/8. Cut my decorative edge, some tape. Also along the bottom. Mitre my edges. A quick burnish. Release the tape backing. Add my glue. So you've got this pocket that's going to open this side, this flap goes over the top, and this one is going to open in the other direction. So on the loose end of your flap, lay down the pocket so that the open end is facing towards the gusset. Okay, now second largest pocket, this is the 5 3/4 inches, 5 3/4 inches pocket, and it's going to go on this page with the opening towards the small pocket flap here. Let's get that tape on. Mitre the edges. Release the tape backing. Release the tape backing. Add my glue. Remove my cat hair. And then this one, you want it to go down to the crease, but you want to leave that tiny little gap because you don't want it to interfere too much when you want to open and close the pocket. And then the belly band is going to go on this page. So the centre of my page is, and I'm just going to mark this, it's 6 inches, so that's the centre. And the centre, and then let's just glue this on. I think actually I might put another pocket on here. Okay. Belly band on. Now I think the magic of this page comes when it's decorated, because I'm going to have a strip in the middle, because this side is just over 3 inches. This side is 3 and just over 3 inches, just over 3 inches. So I should be able to get a 1/2 inch strip in the middle there, which will make it look like this is, it'll look like one cohesive page. Not a very busy page, but certainly I think enough for this album. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. So that's it. I will show you this page decorated when I go on to page 4. Nice, simple, easy page. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.